Have you ever considered what you would do if one day you woke up and everything changed?
Initiating system.
That humans were no longer at the top of the food chain and now had to fight for survival against formerly mythical creatures?
Welcome to the Multiverse.
Or that an unfeeling artificial intelligence could wipe out your entire planet without a second thought?
Planet Earth scanning complete. Low F-grade mass, ungraded energy.
And that intelligence initiated an invasion of your world made possible via teleportation?
Initiating incursions, spawning herald error.
What would you do in this impossible situation against this almighty power designed to call the weak and reward the powerful?
Herald occupying same space as you, adjusting.
In this story of man versus the multiverse, you'll learn of atrocities, betrayals, and the fall of civilization as you knew it. Alongside these facets, you'll also discover my journey from an overweight, middle-aged marketing consultant to a denizen of the multiverse who thrives on carnage.
Merge unfeasible. Protocol SL34572 initiated.
But first, I need to get past the most unfair situation ever presented to me in this new world order.
Roll for survival.
To start, I should explain what the system is. The system is an artificial intelligence designed to act as a training guide for the denizens of the multiverse. It was created by some massively ancient and powerful civilization called the Limitless Empire that had very different standards of morals and values. The purpose of the system was to ensure the later generations could reach new heights of power by presenting scaling challenges for individuals on the road to cultivation. These challenges can be approached in any way you deem fit, and the reward will vary based on performance and efficiency. They also tended to be lethal, but within your ability to handle. To be a cultivator is to walk the path paved with blood. The reason for this is that there is only so many resources in the multiverse, so conflict is used as a means of culling the weak and rewarding the strong. But not everyone in the multiverse is a cultivator. Those deemed unworthy by the system are left to fend for themselves in this brutal climb. They are known as mortals, and becoming strong as a mortal is far more difficult. Being a mortal means that, to thrive, even more bloodshed will be necessary. Of course, I didn't know any of this in the beginning. I was just Zachary Atwood, a marketing consultant for some no-name company on vacation with some friends. Then, the world went silent, and I was completely surrounded with darkness. In the darkness is where I first came into contact with the system.
Initiating system.
The encounter was brief,
Welcome to the Multiverse.
but it was long enough to learn how ruthless it was.
Initiating incursions, spawning herald error.
I happened to be in the exact coordinates as an incursion herald, and the system decided that the only way to resolve this issue was to have us roll for survival.
Roll for survival.
Like, actual rolling. Only it was the most unfair battle I would ever fight. My life was on the line, and the only thing that could save me was dumb luck. To make matters worse, my roll was out of 100. But my opponent had an absurd advantage. They could roll out of 100,000. To say I was terrified was an understatement. If I lost this roll, my life would end, just like that. And there wasn't a damn thing I could do about it. As I am here talking to you, you'll probably guess that I managed to come out on top of that particular interaction. But I'll keep the specifics of that for you to discover in my story. All I knew then was that there was suddenly demons, monsters, magic, and a very annoying AI that effectively turned life into a video game, complete with levels, experience, skills, titles, and more. However, that video game had very real dangers that ultimately wiped out billions of lives during the integration. I mean, it squished 4 different planets together, one of them being Earth, just because it wasn't dangerous enough. For proof of that, the sky is now lit by 2 stars, the Sun, and a second smaller aquamarine colored star. Earth orbited in what was effectively a totally new solar system with binary stars. And here I was, in the thick of it. I was armed with a metal hatchet. I had been gathering firewood for our campfire when the integration took place, and wearing a flannel t-shirt. I'm really glad I was though, because I quickly encountered the toughest challenges of my life, one after another. Only now, I was suddenly faster than a world-class athlete, and the hatchet in my hands now seemed weightless. For all the bad the integration caused, I now felt healthier than I had ever felt in my life. Of course, the reason I was sprinting full speed was to check on my girlfriend and friends, as I had a sinking feeling they were in danger. Hello, Devin here. You're watching the Trail of Tales. This video is covering one of my favorite lit RPG series, Defiance of the Fall. You can find the link to this series in the description below. Please note, this is an Amazon Associates link. If you make a purchase using this link, I will earn a small commission. Consider throwing a hatchet at the like button in Zach's honor if you're enjoying this, and maybe check out one of our other videos if you want to find more amazing books to read. With that out of the way, let's get back to the video. When I arrived back to the camper, I would have a taste of my first true battle. It was a sort of grotesque flayed monstrosity with crazy sharp talons and bones just protruding from its red fleshy skin. I called it a demonling, as I needed words to identify the creature in the future. And it was fast. Like a boar, it charged in a straight line. On its first pass, a talon gouged a deep cut into my leg, and I was overcome with pain unlike anything I'd ever experienced in my life. I did manage to strike it with my hatchet on that first pass though. But while it was lightning fast in a straight line, it didn't have good maneuverability at speed. So I utilized bolt tactics that I saw on TV and had it charge into a split boulder, trapping it. I used this opportunity to finish it off. Later on, I would learn those creatures were called Barghests. That was my first true battle since integration took place. From there, I encountered horned demons that wielded magic, fought the legions of the undead, almost died more times than I could count, and established Port Atwood. Oh, and I named myself Super Brother Man on the ladder, a name my sister would know from our childhood. I used this as a way to tell her that I was alive, even if I didn't know that she was. For the rest, you'll just have to read my story. One more thing. Devin requested me to remind you to subscribe if you would like to see more videos like this one. Whatever that means. The multiverse is weird. But first, I need to get past the most unfair situation ever presented to me. But first, I need to get past the most unfair situation ever presented to me. But first, I need to get past the most unfair situation. The system is an artificial intelligence designed to act as a training guide for the. It was created by some massively ancient. It was created by some massively ancient and powerful civilization called the Luminous. These challenges can be approached in any way you deem fit, and the reward will vary based on performance and efficacy. To be a cavalt, being mortal means to thrive. Of course, I didn't know any of this. in the beginning. I was just Zachary Atwood, a marketing consultant for some no-name. I happened to be standing in the exact coordinates as an incursion herald, and the system decided as I am here talking to you, you'll probably guess I managed to come out on top of that. As I am here, for all the bad the integration caused, I now feel healthier. Nope. You can find a link to this. When I arrived back at the camper, I would have a taste of my first true battle.